Welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris. This is going to be another reading vlog. And the first book that I'm going to read in this vlog is going to be Someone Knows by V. Keelan. I believe that's how you pronounce her name. This has had my attention since it came out. Not only is the cover stunning, but the book sounds so interesting. I am going to be reading this on my Kindle. It is on Kindle Unlimited. And essentially what this is about, this is a thriller with, I believe, a romance subtrope. So I love that. I love romance in my thrillers. I can't do a full romance all the time, but I love a little sparkle of romance in my thrillers. And so we're following a professor, and she is 36, I believe, 36 or 32, in her 30s. And she is a professor at a college. She helps her students write. One day, she's at her house, she's having wine, she's taking a bath, she's looking at her students' work and grading and all of that teacher stuff. And she comes across a story that one of her students did. And the story sounds eerily familiar. And so familiar that it's verbatim of what really happened. The main character that we're following, Elizabeth, the professor, she's reading this and she's like, wow, this sounds so interesting, until she sees the names in the story and the words verbatim. And she's like, wait, this isn't just a story. This happened in real life 10 years ago. I think it was about 10 years ago. So she's immediately like freaked out because clearly she has secrets in her past. Clearly something drastic happened in her past that no one knows. And she is trying to figure out, who's this student? Do I know this student? So she's looking the student up, and apparently she doesn't know who he is or her. She doesn't even know. The student's name is Hannah, but it could just be a fake name, fake identity. And she's trying to do her own investigation on who this student is so she can figure out what's going on. And apparently this student is only taking her class in college. That's it. No other class. She doesn't have any information, no address, like things like that. So she is freaked out. She doesn't want her secrets to, come about because she can get in trouble. And so we're diving now into trying to find what, who the student is and how much do they know. And then we're going in the past time as well with her best friend's POV. And apparently she had a thing with a teacher in their school when they were in high school. And her best friend at the time, came from a hard, upbringing. Her mom was an alcoholic. So, she didn't have much of a, parental role or people that really cared for her. And so her teacher decides to help her out in her academics and in her writing journey. We're getting little sprinkles. So, this is where we're at, and I'm about 50%. To be honest, the first 10%, I was like, oof, yes, because everything that I just mentioned is pretty much in that 10%. And I love when a book just like immediately grabs me. From 10 to 25%, I kind of feel like it dragged a little bit. I was like, oh, what are we doing here? I was kind of like, reading it and not feeling really into the story. But at the 30%, I literally had to throw my Kindle. I was like, oh my God. It started getting so good. And so now where I'm at right now, she tried to get the information on the student. Unsuccessful. She found an email. She's been trying to pretend like she's interested in this story. She wants to meet up with the student to like give her more advice or him more advice. And so it's also giving us her POV, Elizabeth the professor, but it's also giving us the story itself. So we're reading the story as well in some of these chapters. So it's pretty cool because is it real? Is this what really happened in the past? So it's like we're getting a story, but it could also be the past that what really happened. So I like that about with my books. I really like when stories or books are within a book. So that's keeping me really interested. And then we're now following Elizabeth going back to her hometown because she's in New York City right now, but she's from Louisiana. And so she's in Louisiana right now trying to get information, trying to find her friends at the time because she wants to let them know what's going on because they all like her and her two friends know about this secret. So she's like, oh my gosh, like we are, you know, if someone finds out, the police find out, we can get in trouble. So she's trying to find her friends now, because after the situation happened years ago, they decided never to speak again because it'd be bad for them. So now she's in Louisiana. She hasn't been there in a while. Her mom is sick now. She's trying to take care of her a little bit, and her hometown that she hasn't been in so long, and trying to just gather information. So there was this moment, a little spice on the 30%, and very tasteful. Nothing too crazy, but it was good. It was so good. And I was just like, oh my God, yes, I need more of that. Really liking where we are right now, 50% in. I'm very interested. I'm wanting to know like how this is gonna like end up. How is the ending? How is everything gonna come full circle? So I just wanted to give you guys that update. I will check in with you guys when I finish the book. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. It would really help, and I would really appreciate it. And I hope you like the vlog. Hello vlog. So I am driving. So I did start an audiobook, The Couple at the Lake House by James Cain. And so someone that I follow on Instagram actually recommended it. She said it was really good, fast-paced, and quick thriller. So, you know, I'm easily influenced. So I did start it, and it is only like 6-hour audio, and I listen to 2 times speed, so I can finish this easy in like 4.5 hours, if not sooner than that. So I figured it'd be a good audio that I could put on for the day. And this I went into fairly blind, so I didn't read the synopsis, but I have been listening to it for about an hour. And from what I gather, we are following an author. She wrote a book and it just like blew up. So we're starting off in the first chapter with her being in an event for her book, and she's discussing the books, and you know, some of her fans are there, and she's doing interviews and things like that. And also has a stalker. Stalker really shook her to the core last few months, so now she's kind of paranoid, and she's kind of explaining the stalker what he was saying, or he or she, it didn't specify the gender, but she is now very paranoid. Everywhere she goes, she feels like that stalker is taking pictures of her. She sent pictures to her, and pretty much because she didn't respond to one of the emails and started saying these vile things. So she completely stopped responding on her little email fan base, and now she's just a paranoid person. Wherever she goes, she's like, you know, he or she could be taking pictures of me, and feeling unsteady. She has a fiance, and now they're out to dinner, and she meets one of her ex-boyfriends from high school. Ex-boyfriend / friend. They only dated for like a month, and now he's about to be this doctor. He had a glow up, and she's like, wow, he, you know, turned out to be so handsome, and you know, things like that. And yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. I do like a stalker and author trope. It just sounds like a nice popcorn, fast-paced thriller. I'm hoping it has some uniqueness to it, so we'll see. I'll be the judge of that. I'll check in with you guys when I have an update. So I finished The Couple at the Lake House, and I rated it 2 stars. This book was so like predictable. It was anticlimactic. It was very mysterious in the beginning, so that's what kind of intrigued me. But once we got to like the 50% all the way to the end, it was just so like repetitive. The female main character, she was so freaking annoying. She was a very paranoid person because of the stalker, but she's like not doing anything about it. She's just freaking being a chicken, and I just can't follow a female main character that is like weak and annoying like that. Like, I just can't. So yeah, this was definitely a 2-star. This was not not a good book at all. I would not recommend this. I did wind up starting The Girls in the Garden by Lisa Jewell right after, because this sounded pretty intriguing. I was on my Hoopla app just kind of like searching for something I would think I would like, And Girls in the Garden, I've never heard anyone talk about this. I've only read one Lisa Joel book that I enjoyed. But yeah, so far I'm really enjoying it. I will put a synopsis here, but essentially this is kind of like a neighborhood secrets kind of book. Like the way we're following each neighbor, and there's a lot of information that we're getting, but also not enough where we know where it's going. So I like that. It's very mysterious. We're following a family. She has 2 girls. They're 12 and 13. Their father has schizophrenia, and he tried to burn down the house with the kids inside 6 months prior. So he's in a psych ward. She's now moved into an apartment with her girls, trying to get this like new, beginning type feel. And she's like little by little getting to know the neighbors, and we're also following her daughter's POV too, with them meeting these new kids around the neighborhood and making friends, and just like little bits of information. So I'm really intrigued. I'm having a good time. I'm about 50% in right now. Like that feeling of like secrets in a neighborhood, like neighborhood secrets. I really enjoy that kind of atmosphere. There's also this girl that died years ago when she was 15. And we're starting to get some information on her. We're trying to figure out how she died. Was it one of the other neighbors? I'm enjoying it so far, so let's see how that goes, and I will check in with you guys when I have an update. Vlog. Don't mind my bed head. I haven't done my hair yet. I took a shower and got dressed and did skincare, and I'm about to get ready to run some errands with my babies. It's Saturday, it's the weekend, hallelujah. And I wanted to give you a little update. I am 21% into The Ghostwriter by Julie Clark, and I have to say, I'm loving it so far. I'm reading it so fast. I love the storytelling in it. We're following Olivia. She is a ghostwriter, and she wound up getting a gig ghostwrite her dad's memoir, and her dad is a famous writer, but years ago he was accused of killing his siblings, his sister and his brother. Drama with the family in regards to that, and she just didn't have a good childhood with him. He was very distant. He had a drinking problem. Her mother left when she was 5 years old, so she pretty much felt abandoned. And so we're learning about how her upbringing was, and we're learning more about him as well, because now we're going into the past of his POV after the fact, after his siblings were murdered, following his POV during that time. So I really like that. And then we're following Olivia, of course, on her thoughts when she's trying to discuss and talk with her father about his memoir and trying to get the story. Her father is currently sick. She hasn't spoken to him in years and years and years, and she's now finding out that's the reason why he needs her to ghostwrite his memoir, is because he's sick. He has Alzheimer's, Parkinson's disease. It's like a mixture. She's trying to battle like witnessing that and what it's doing to him, and it's just a lot going on, but it's written so beautifully that it flows very nicely. So I'm liking all where the pace is. I'm really enjoying it, and I will update you guys later. So we just left the library, and I want to share with you what I got, and also my baby wants to show you his books too, so I'll show you his first. So what did you get, baby?
I got this.
What is it called?
Super Turbo.
Super Turbo, and he read it all already in the car. And what did you rate it?
A 4.5.
4.5. He said it was really good, but he wanted it to be longer, so that's always a good thing. And then what's the other book that you got?
Nippers?
The Snips.
Snips.
Yeah, it looks like they have superpowers. And it's like graphic novel, comic book vibe. He loves reading these. And I love that he loves it. And we can bond over it. I wound up going into the area where you can buy the donated books, and you can get the paperbacks for, I think it's $1, and then the hardcovers are $2. So I got 3 books. I got 1 paperback, and this one I never heard of, but it looked interesting. It's called Remember My Name by Sam Blake, and it says, a wife, a mistress, a daughter, and a threat you won't forget. Modern thriller writing, and it's at its very best. And the cover looks really cool. I've never heard of this, so figured, why not? This one, I really like the cover of it, and it's giving like summer thriller, and I like that. Called Liar's Beach. I thought the cover was so cool. And then the last one that I bought was The Echo Killing. It was blurred by Ruth Ware. Okay. I mean, it sounds really cool, and I like that. I just never heard of these books. I'm always trying to find new books that I never heard of and see if they're a win. It's the 3 that I bought, and then the 2 that I wound up getting from the library. This one's been on my TBR forever. Bardo. It's like a vampire fantasy type book, and I love vampire book, and I know the audio is on Hoopla, so I can immersive read or tandem read. So I've been wanting to read this for a while. And then the next one I got was The Haters by Robin Harding. And this one I've heard a lot of good things about, and I did read The Drowning Woman by this author, and I loved it. So I figured, why not? And this was blurbed by Sherry LaPena, and it says, you never know who's out there. So it seems suspenseful. The blurb sounds good. Okay, so I am 60% into The Ghostwriter by Julie Clark, and Olivia is going around asking questions to the people from the past so that she can get a better idea for the book and the memoir, because her dad has, you know, the Alzheimer's and the Parkinson's, so he's pretty much an unreliable narrator. So some things he's saying, she's getting everything he's saying, but then she does her own research, whether it be the library, newspaper, old newspaper clippings and all that, and she's like, that doesn't make sense, that doesn't add up. So now she's kind of asking around to the old best friend of Poppy, which is her aunt that passed away, and the best friend of Danny, which is the brother that passed away. So yeah, so we're still getting information, and I really enjoy that they did include Poppy's POV and also Vincent, which is the dad. They're getting their past POVs prior to the incident. And I really like it because it's set in 1975, and the atmosphere, like, you can really feel the atmosphere with the writing. This is my first Julie Clark book, but I have 2 of her other books on my shelf that have been sitting there, and now I really want to read more of her work because I'm just loving it. It is slow, but it's slow in a good way. Like, you're feeling it, like you're just feeling every inch of what's going on. The way that I'm grasping it, I'm really just enjoying it and soaking it in, and I'm eager just to know what's going on. And I feel with books like this in particular, reading with your eyeballs or immersive reading, seeing it and hearing it, I can imagine hearing it and seeing it, because I think that would be amazing. I just didn't get the audiobook, so I'm physically reading it, but reading it with my eyeballs, I feel like I'm soaking in the information and soaking in the book so much more and feeling better about it. So if you're thinking about just getting the audio, I don't think you should. I think you should also get the physical and read with your eyeballs. I will check in with you when I finish the book. Good morning, vlog. I finished The Ghostwriter yesterday, and I have to say, I'm rating this 5 stars. Really thinking about my rating, you know? But honestly, I just have to go with what I feel. And this gave me so much, and this has to be a 5 star. I heard mixed reviews about this book before going into it, so I was on the fence. I didn't go in expecting, oh, this is going to be amazing. Like, I just went in fairly blind. All I knew, she's going to be ghostwriting for her father that people thought he murdered his siblings. That's all I thought. That's all I knew. I'm so glad I did that, because the way that Olivia to uncover what happened to her aunt and uncle back in 1975 in order to write this memoir for her father accurately. As a ghostwriter, she has to do her research. She has to get the facts. With her dad having his, disease, pretty much unreliable. She's not sure if he's telling the truth, if he's sugarcoating it, because from what she finds in her research, whether that be old boxes, her aunt's things, like old friends from the siblings, the story is not adding up from what her dad is saying. She's trying to see also, is her dad a murderer? She wants to know it
before he passes so that she can have some clarity as well. So there's just so much going on, and the relationship with her and her father is very relatable, and I related to it, and I really enjoyed how she just found herself in a sense. And if you read the book, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But I really just enjoyed that. She felt very relatable. Like I said, I loved the aspect of her trying to uncover these secrets and trying to uncover the truth. And we're also getting the POVs from the past from Poppy and Vincent, which is the father. Getting the story as she's uncovering it in present time. So she's uncovering these, what happened little by little. She finds, notebooks, she finds little things like that, news articles. As she's uncovering these, truths, we go back in time and we're following it from the actual POV, which I just loved. It felt so visceral. It felt so like I felt like I was watching a movie. I felt like I was watching a documentary, and I love that feeling. And the ending, it just kind of had you like second guessing yourself. You were like, okay, so I think I know what this is. And then they'll just hit you with something like, oh, okay, I didn't expect that. Although I did predict one of the twists, it did not interfere with how I felt about the book at all. I was just like, wow, this was so good. Like, I just felt like it was so well rounded. Everything just clicked at the end and so satisfying and heartwarming, to be honest. It felt heartwarming. I just really enjoyed it. It was so good, so well written. Now I definitely want to read her books on my shelf because I have two of her other books on my shelf and I heard good things about those too. So now I definitely want to read more from her. This was so, so good. It gave me everything I wanted, especially, I guess, right now from what I'm feeling and what I'm craving. So yeah, this was so good. And if you like this style of book with like an author within a book, documentary type vibe, but not really documentary, it felt like I was back in time with Poppy with her camcorder, with her camera, and it was just oh my god, so it was really really nice. I enjoyed that so much. So yeah, absolute 5 star. This was so so good. And I also want to update you on Someone Knows by V. Keelan. I just won. I honestly had higher hopes. I never read anything from this author, but the main thing about this book is that the cover intrigued me so much. Like, I love this cover. And the beginning grabbed me instantly. I was like, "Ooh, yeah, I could go with this. I could read this." And I have to say, the ending is what really kind of fell flat for me because I liked the book throughout. Maybe around like 70%, I was like, okay, where are we going? What are we doing? Like, let's get to it. It kind of dragged a bit towards the middle. And I felt myself having to really push through and like fully concentrate because I just wanted to finish it. Yeah, it definitely dragged a bit and the ending just felt a little flat for me. I wish they could have did a lot more with it. So I did wind up rating this a 3 star. It was okay. It was pretty average, maybe for a beginner friendly thriller reader. Enjoyed it, just wasn't nothing that blew me away. And for the last book for this vlog, I actually got a notification on my Libby app for Night Watcher. And I've been hearing kind of mixed things about this too, and it's fairly new. So I said, okay, let's just put it on. I got it on audio, and I started it yesterday, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I love that from the get go, from like the first chapter, it grabs you. And we're getting mass serial killer vibes. And we're following a woman that is 28 years old, I believe. Her name is Nola, and she works for a radio podcast, a radio host for a segment that has to deal with spooky town stories, like ghost stories, scary stories that people have encountered. So people call in with their stories, and I love the vibe of it. I love the vibe of this like podcast element. Then we're going back in time 20 years prior because she gets a call one night at the radio station of a woman that's like frantic on the phone, and she's like, he's here, and they're like, oh, what's going on? And she describes what she's seeing, and Nola just totally freezes because 20 years prior, she was 8 years old and something happened. I don't want to say it because I don't think this is part of the synopsis and I don't want to ruin it because I was like, oh wow, like it shocked me, or not shocked me, but I liked that aspect, and I would be kind of annoyed if someone spoiled that for me. So I'm not gonna say what happened, but something happened when she was at her house when she was 8 years old, and it had to do with an intruder in the house. And the way this intruder is explained in on the phone call, she's like, "Oh my God, he's back. He's back." So now we're getting like past and present from what happened 20 years ago to now him being back. And oh man, it's just so fast paced, so thrilling, so like on the edge of your seat feeling, and I'm loving it. I'm loving the atmosphere of this book. So I am going to finish that today because I only have a little bit left, and I'll be listening to that at work. And when I'm at work, I can finish audiobooks in one day. So I will finish that today. I will let you know my rating and how I'm enjoying it. And I will check in with you guys when I have an update.
Hello vlog. So I actually wound up finishing The Night Watcher for work. I just wanted to finish it so I could finish the vlog and possibly start editing it before work. So I was listening to it all morning. And I gotta say, I'm a bit disappointed. It started off so good, like so atmospheric, so suspenseful, so engaging, and then during the middle, there was nothing that happened. Literally nothing. Like, women were getting killed by this serial killer, but no information really, no suspects. Like, I was like, I mean, there was one suspect, but I'm like, I doubt that because it's way too predictable. And it was just no like middle twist to keep you wanting to, like read. I don't know, it really dragged for me. I didn't feel like how I felt in the beginning. And the ending, I was like, what? What the heck was that? Like, who the heck was that person? Like, it came out of nowhere. I felt like it was a very random like ending with a random execution. Story did wrap around, but I just felt like it was underwhelming. It was just so underwhelming. I was like, that is what we're going with? I don't know. I felt like this could have been so much more unique, but yeah, it did not wow me at all. I'm gonna settle on just a 3-star because it wasn't horrible, but it still did not like, it just wasn't great, and it just started off so good. So yeah, I'm gonna settle on a 3-star for The Night Watcher. Unfortunately, it didn't hit. It fell very flat for me. That is gonna conclude today's vlog. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. Let me know what you would like for me to read next in the comments, because I love doing reading vlogs. It helps me read more and makes it more fun. I hope you enjoyed the vlog, and I hope you have a beautiful day.